we ready? Monday Night Raw sucks. We are live, man. Oh my goodness, man. I'm barely awake. Good thing I got some damn good music playing in the beginning of this podcast, man. Keeping me motivated. Because WWE ain't doing that as they build towards Money in the Bank. Miz TV with all the Money in the Bank participants tonight. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. The Hurt Business, or what's left of it, against the New Day. And Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley show everybody why not only the Raw Women's Division is terrible, but they may have the worst women's feud in the last 5 years. We also got your Monday Night Raw news and rumors. Apparently, Vince McMahon's a big fan of Doudrop and this Eva Marie storyline. Just like how I eradicated all the Zelina Vega trolls this past weekend, we're gonna eradicate Raw tonight on the only show you need in the IWC. This is your Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Script.
This fucking foliage? Is this what you want, Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, hipster hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
You know, it's great to know, man, that I've been sitting here for, 15 minutes now, giving you guys some good tunes, giving you guys a nice way to get hyped up. Hoop Media tells me we're number one already. I haven't even said a goddamn word yet in the community, man. I love it. I love it. Welcome to the Monday Night Raw post show right here on Off the Script. It is July 5th. 2021. I am the number one public enemy, number one of the IWC, JD from New York. Hope you guys had a great 4th of July weekend, man. Hopefully you guys had time with family. Hopefully you had time to jump in a pool somewhere. Hopefully the weather was decent for you, wherever you may be. Hopefully you didn't blow your fingers off doing fireworks, barbecues, hamburgers, hot dogs, celebrating America's birthday. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that came along with the long weekend. Not Monday Night Raw, though. Nobody enjoys Monday Night Raw. If they do, they're blatantly, outright lying to your face. This show is a fucking disaster. Everybody's like, oh, Monday Night Raw is turning the corner. Monday Night Raw is getting better. It's been good the last 2 weeks. Oh, really? Really? Hey, good the last 2 weeks, man. I'm sorry. A 16-segment show that consists of 2 good segments does not equal a good show. And that seems to be the going theme. Bruce is like, hey, man, we'll just put Ricochet and John Morrison in the fucking ring again. Everybody seems to like that, right? They'll eat about 20 minutes of time on this show. Then they do Drew McIntyre, give him another 15 minutes with Jinder Mahal. Then they got AJ Styles and Matt Riddle. This is the going theme of Monday Night Raw. They give the ring technical guys. They give the good in-ring performers, which is very few and far between on their show, the most time, and then they fill the rest of the show with absolute irrelevant shit. I could not wait for this show to be over. I don't know what's going on going into Money in the Bank, man. You know, the card itself looks okay. And a lot of people, I was thinking about this during the show. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, wait till fans get back in attendance. WWE saving all the good stuff for the fans. You know, then we'll hear the same shit going into the draft. Oh, you know, because we're not going to get any good shit during the live fan attendance being back. I've been saying this for months. These shows would look exactly the same no matter if there's fans or not. I've been saying this for months, the entire pandemic, man, up until this point. It doesn't matter if there was a pandemic or not. Those PC shows, those are the same shows that you would have gotten in front of live fans. WWE's not going to give you the best. Because what exactly is the best? What exactly is the best in the opinion or in the mind of Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon? Bringing back Becky Lynch? What exactly is that going to do? You know, bringing back Becky Lynch, this is going to be a whole nother argument that I'm going to be fucking crucified for when it eventually happens. You do realize that bringing back Becky Lynch does absolutely nothing to save that women's division. I want you guys to be very well aware of that right now. It does absolutely nothing to the women's division. Look at what they have done to Rhea Ripley, man. My fucking God. Is she abysmal on this show? She looks fucking ridiculous. And she sounds ridiculous. And they put her in this feud with Charlotte Flair that's supposed to be carrying this women's division. You guys think Becky Lynch coming back is going to save this fucking division? Becky Lynch may get a huge fucking standing ovation, huge pop. No matter where she shows up. On that first night especially. New mom, Becky Lynch. But what exactly is it going to do to save the women's division? Absolutely fucking nothing. I can't wait for the fucking geeks online to tell me how wrong I am about that. Meanwhile, I got fucking documentation fucking miles long about how god-awful this women's division is. Open your eyes. One woman does not make a saving grace in the women's division when you got an entire fucking division that is completely fucking useless. What are they doing to Drew McIntyre? That's another thing I'll get into tonight. But really, what is WWE's best? What are you doing with Drew? Are you going to give him the Money in the Bank? Is he going to be the new WWE champion? After tonight, I cannot see this man in front of live fans being revered by the live audience. I can't. So again, I ask, what is WWE's best? Bringing Brock Lesnar back? Bringing John Cena back? Giving Edge a spotlight? Bringing Ronda back when she's ready? What exactly is WWE's best? Giving you all the same fucking people that they've conditioned you on for years. WWE is waiting for live fans to be back to bring everybody back in that sells tickets. Meanwhile, they're leaving the rest of the roster completely fucking empty. They haven't built up any new stars. They have maybe Riddle. Maybe. The way he's going, I want to have hope for Matt Riddle. But outside that, I don't know what else WWE's doing as far as building up new stars. What have they done? The draft is coming up. We're all fucking petrified of what they may do to Karrion Kross and Shotzi Blackheart, Toni Storm, Scarlett, Adam Cole. WWE has done absolutely nothing to build for the future, man. They should have a great nucleus when they return to live fans. And they have absolutely nothing to show for it. They have taken everything for granted with these Thunderdome shows. Oh, nobody's in attendance. We can do whatever the fuck we want. WWE's having a fucking field day with magic and fucking stunts and shit with weird camera angles. They're not doing anything as far as what they need to be doing to build up new stars for the future. When is that actually going to happen? I'd love to know. Because the way things are going right now, I'm not excited about SummerSlam. What are we going to be getting? We're going to be getting the same old shit and a whole lot of nothing. Drew McIntyre. What are they doing with Drew McIntyre, man? More and more every single week, it's almost as if they are intentionally trying to make him the 2016 Roman Reigns. I'm just waiting for this guy to blurt out suffering succotash in a promo. Guy's talking about swords and Loch Ness monsters and fucking Attila the Hun or whatever the fuck he's talking about on this goddamn show. I don't know whether he's a Scottish warrior or he's a fucking 7th grade history teacher. Some way to get fans to cheer your potential next WWE champion. You know what I used to do during history class? Sleep. It's what everybody's doing when Drew McIntyre hits their TV screens, especially in a match against Jinder Mahal. Bobby Lashley and MVP against the New Day. I don't really see the excitement in the New Day challenging for the WWE Championship. This is nothing more than a bridge. All you fucking geeks out there, oh, we're going to see Kofi Mania again. Man, I can't wait to laugh at everybody when Kofi Kingston doesn't win the WWE Championship. This is nothing more than a bridge for Bobby Lashley, a waste of our time to get him to SummerSlam. More of the same old shit. And Matt Riddle seems to be the best thing on this show, man. They're building Matt Riddle up for a great match against Randy Orton, potentially at SummerSlam. This is the most intriguing story on the brand and has been for a couple of months now. And I'm loving it. I really am. Even though he's a little goofy and a little kooky, a little out there, and WWE likes to throw it in everybody's face that Matt Riddle loves to smoke pot. No shit. But he seems to be the best thing on the show. It seems to me that WWE has a lot in store for Matt Riddle. They're putting a lot of eggs in that Matt Riddle basket, which I am a huge fan of. Good. Good. You know, I was talking to Hoop Media tonight. I said to Hoop Media, I'm like, take the night off. Go to sleep. You got work tomorrow morning. And before that, I said, I hate this fucking show. I got my mods in the chat. I got Edgar. I got Hula Grim. I got Rage. I got Jacob in the chat. Jesse may show up later drunk and I may have to kick him out of the venue. But I'm like, I hate this fucking show. And, you know, a lot of people, I've gotten so much grief over the last 48 to, I would say, 60 hours. Ever since the SmackDown post show on Friday. People love to clip things that I say. I compared Zelina Vega going back to the WWE to being in an abusive relationship. I don't find anything that I said to be wrong. I mean, it's 100% accurate information. Yet people want to say, oh, why is he yelling? It's pro wrestling. If you're going to get that angry over it, don't watch it. Same old shit from unintelligent fucking morons who don't know that, hey, man, I'm sitting here at the top of the fucking community on a random Monday night talking about this fucking god-awful program. I'm making some good money doing this shit, man. Who the fuck are you to tell me to stop watching? You want me to stop watching so you can take my fucking audience and do what I do at a lesser level. So many fucking comments about what I said about Zelina Vega, man. Apparently Zelina Vega, she took over the Iconics stands since they're no longer in the WWE. It's amazing to me how much grief I get for the shit that I say, man. You know, you don't like what I have to say about anything, go watch somebody else. You don't like what I have to say, keep that finger scrolling, keep that thumb scrolling on your iPhone or Android or whatever fucking device you're stalking me from. Keep fucking scrolling on Twitter, man. Seriously. The 40-year-old virgin comments, the he lives in his mother's basement comments, the fucking people that look like fucking slobs with Mountain Dew in their fucking hand. All I need is an empty bag of fucking Doritos and you fit the bill of being a fucking clear grade A degenerate. You motherfucker. It's unbelievable. In the last 48 to 60 hours, how much grief I get every time I say something truthful about this fucking horrendous program. Why is that? Why is that? You don't like what I have to say? Tough shit. I don't like what I'm watching, and neither should you. A lot of people don't understand that I want a better fucking program. And before I get sidetracked and rant on these fucking pieces of shit, I said to Hoop Media, and I know for a fucking fact that a lot of people agree with me on this. I said to Hoop Media, I hate this fucking show. Nothing on this show resembles anything important to me. There's too much silliness. It's booked like shit. There's too much goofiness. There's fucking magic. The women's division sucks. There's barely any bright spots coming out of the men's division. I said, if everything was booked with the same effort and the same seriousness that Roman Reigns is doing right now and everything that he does, do you understand how much better of a product this would be? Why is WWE putting all of this serious effort into Roman Reigns? How could you look at Roman Reigns and even think that he's a part of the same fucking people that write this show? A part of the same company that has this show on Monday night. It's unbelievable to me. It really is. And nobody seems to understand where I'm coming from. They think I yell because I do it for clicks. I yell because I do it to gain attention. No, I yell because you're a fucking blithering idiot, and that's the only way I could get through to you. And I know you're gonna fucking clip my podcast and use me to get views on your dying fucking channel. Or your social media. It's great. Where's my fucking cut of the AdSense from Google? That's what I want to know. All because you don't agree with it and it hurts your little fucking feelings. That doesn't mean I'm not right. Motherfucker, I'm the best at what I do. Get used to it. You don't like what I have to say? Go listen to somebody else that fits your fucking narrative and fits your agenda. The truth hurts. I love hurting people's feelings with my words, man. Do you know how gratifying it is to fucking sit here and know that somebody else on the other side of this fucking camera is gonna be listening to every fucking word I say and you're getting upset at it right now? You know how great that makes me feel? I'll lay my head down to sleep tonight. Everybody's in here enjoying themselves. They support via the super chats. You know why? Because they love this fucking show. They love what I do. They don't get this type of shit anywhere else in the community, man. That's why. Everything about this Zelina Vega shit. Everybody took it to heart. You know how fucking hypocritical everybody was in the community? I did that podcast the day she was fucking fired, man. 36,000 views. I had 2,700 live viewers that night. And I stood behind that woman wholeheartedly. You don't think I'm gonna sit here and blast that woman for going back to WWE? I never seen so many fucking virgins in my entire life defend this woman for going and making an easy buck to support her fucking lifestyle, going back to WWE, turning her back on the fans. After everybody supported her via Twitch, bits on Twitch, subs on Twitch, following on Twitch, donations on Twitch, everybody crying out, Zelina Vega, I'm here for you. Then she goes and does the one thing that she should have never done. She turned her back on everybody by re-signing with the company that has absolutely no fucking plan to use her whatsoever. It's unbelievable how many people have made, I stand with Zelina Vega now that she's back in WWE, but you stood with her when she left, when she stood her own ground. You can't stand with her doing the right thing and then stand with her doing the wrong thing, you fucking marks. You're a bunch of fucking hypocritical pussies. That's all you are. Meanwhile, I get shit on because I stood my ground. I don't go back and forth, man. I don't go back and forth on anything at all. I'm not hot 1 minute, cold the next minute. I'm gonna give it to you like a straight fucking shooter every fucking time. Every single time. She went back to do what? I want you guys to revisit my fucking words in 6 months. She ain't winning no world championship. She ain't winning no money in the bank. She's gonna end up buried. And where are you gonna be supporting her then? Huh? Give me a fucking break. All I said, that woman signed a contract when her husband was in the middle of being put back on television to be placed in a feud with Big E. She went to the Performance Center. She trained to come back. They put her back on TV. And in the middle of all of that, she had signed the dotted line, and then they fired her husband. I can't sit here and share my opinion on it. Apparently everybody's got a fucking problem about it. Every single person has a fucking problem when I say something, man. Everybody. I'm so glad that I fill your fucking meaningless days with the shit that I say. So happy. Now let's get on with the fucking show, because I know something else is going to be fucking clipped from this show to gain traction on your shitty social media. Too bad I don't have a fucking Mountain Dew looking like a goddamn Ryan Satin half-bred idiot. Thank you guys so very much for joining me, man. Appreciate you guys. Had to get that off my chest, man. It's been brewing all weekend. Man. But make sure you guys go and check out every other video that you might have missed last week on the channel. We didn't do a full-fledged podcast this weekend. We did. We did a couple of extras, and we're going to be hitting it usually, like we usually do during the week. We're going to have episode 383 come this weekend. And make sure you guys go and check that out. I'll actually have another extra up tomorrow as well. So make sure you guys go check that out. Monday Night Raw tonight. Couple of extras on Saturday and Sunday for the holiday weekend. Friday Night SmackDown post-show. Go and check that out. We did AEW Dynamite. Jesse and I will be live on Wednesday for Road Ragers. Should be fun. I'll be live tomorrow night for NXT. Lots of cool stuff coming up, man. So make sure you guys subscribe. Turn on that bell for notifications. And keep it right here. Because this is the only place you fucking need, man. Where you're not going to get bullshit thrown at you because everybody's afraid to walk that fucking gray line. I don't give a fuck what I say. You either like it or you don't. So if you like it, good. If you don't, go somewhere else. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. My boy, Mike Will. I hit him up. And tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow, Wednesday, make sure you follow me on social media, man, but it's going to definitely be before Money in the Bank. We got a revised summer scam design going up on bonfire.com, man. I can't wait to show you guys. It's the old school SummerSlam design, but it says instead of SummerSlam, Summer Scam with the OTS logo in orange. It's going to be awesome, man. That's going up on sale this week, so make sure you guys keep an eye and an ear out on social media. I want to do very well with these, and I want to get everybody in the spirit of Summer Scam. When I was younger, the story behind this is my dad always used to make fun of us about being excited for SummerSlam when it was actually good. So he's like, what time is Summer Scam going to be on tonight? And obviously, when I started my podcast, I made what he made famous in the JD household. And I started using it on the podcast. And now every year, he's always like, where are those Summer Scam t-shirts? I need my cut. So they're going on sale. Bonfire.com. Keep an eye and an ear out for that, guys. It's going to be awesome. And thanks to Mike Will. He's always coming in clutch for me, doing some good shit. And shout out, I can't forget Sal Rex, man. Sal Rex is my boy. He's like my little brother. Sal Rex is doing always, the stuff for the podcast as well. Thumbnails and whatnot. He's taking a little bit of a break. He's got some stuff going on. But, those two guys, they've been with me forever. So, huge shout out to both of those guys. Make sure you guys go and support via Patreon as well. Patreon.com/JDfromNY206. And today's show, can't forget, most important, today's show is sponsored by Honey, the free web browser, Honey, man. Join honey.com/offthescript. All you got to do is go use that link. It's pinned in the live stream chat. Go and use that link and download the free web browser, man. I know a lot of people like to spend money. A lot of people like to shop. So why not save money while doing it online, man? All you got to do is download it, and Honey will do the work for you. You don't even have to do anything. Just shop as normal. Shop like you usually do, and they're going to apply coupons. Simple. Simple. Who doesn't like saving money, man? Join honey.com/offthescript. Monday Night Raw started off with John Morrison and The Miz sitting in the middle of the ring. Miz in his wheelchair introduced himself as a Money in the Bank expert. Miz predicted Morrison will be the winner. He will not. Morrison said he can climb the ladder like a water spout. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Now we're fucking doing nursery rhymes on Monday Night Raw. This show is written by fucking 3-year-old children, bro. I know fucking 3-year-old children that are probably better at writing this show than the fucking people who are doing this right now behind the scenes. Unreal. Miz then introduced Drew McIntyre. Drew pointed out that The Miz cashed in Money in the Bank successfully after he had battled 5 other men and after Bobby Lashley attacked him from behind. He said he was battling back despite how many times he's been screwed over and no matter how many obstacles get in his way. He said he won't stop fighting until he wins that briefcase so he can cash it in against any champion in WWE. There is the rule. So McIntyre could win the Money in the Bank briefcase. He could cash in on Lashley or he could cash in on Roman Reigns. There you go. But I'm assuming this will be a Monday Night Raw cash-in. He told Morrison the story of his distant relative, Davy Crockett. So this is History 101 with Professor McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. He talked about his distant relative, Davy Crockett. He said, through his great-great-great-grandma, he said they are both known for their fearlessness, and he told Morrison to moisten his head up good for later, because if Miz gets involved, this night will be known as the time he shoved Morrison's head up Miz's ass. Morrison said Drew can kick the ocean, but all he'll get is wet. Yes, these are the exact words that were emitted to us via this promo to get us excited about Money in the Bank. Davy Crockett, moist, wet, oceans, the itsy bitsy spider. This is what Bruce considers proper build for a Money in the Bank contract that grants one of these guys a WWE Universal or WWE Championship match at any time in the next 12 months. This show clearly is written for fucking kindergarten children. Ricochet then comes out. This is where things actually get a lot worse. Believe it or not. Everybody says, take the microphone away from Ricochet, man. You ain't fucking kidding. Holy shit. Miz said he is as rude as he is reckless for barging into Miz TV before formally being introduced. Miz threw to a clip of Ricochet springboard diving into Morrison on the edge of the ring apron that they beat over your head time and time again since last week. Ricochet said he was a little shaken up over what he did to Morrison last week, but that was just a small taste of what he'll do to win the Money in the Bank contract. And Morrison asked if he can back that up tonight against him. So WWE gave us a match last week between Ricochet and John Morrison. And what do they usually do? When things on social media blow up the way that they do and everybody loves it, the first time match, right? Then they got to give it to you again the next week, and then the week after that, and then the week after that, until these guys have wrestled all fucking month, and then the fifth time that they wrestle means nothing. And then they'll transition into fucking tag team matches. When Miz gets healed, it'll be, I don't know, somebody in Ricochet teaming up against Miz and Morrison. And then they'll just take it into the tag team element. And then they'll go to the six-man tag element. And then they'll go back to a one-on-one match. Oh, we haven't done a one-on-one match lately. Let's go back to that. This is what they do. And nobody seems to have a fucking problem with it. Nobody. So, Riddle walks out, and Morrison was there in the ring, looking at him. Riddle's music interrupted Morrison, rapping his own name to Ricochet. Riddle walked out. They showed him hurting his ankle last week. He leapt into the ring and flung off his flip-flops like he usually does with the fucking birds, flying away. His right ankle and foot were taped. Wow, Bruce, you're paying attention to detail. Wow! Give you a little Tiger Woods golf clap for that one, bro. Attention to detail with Matt Riddle injuring his foot last week, and it's taped this week. Awesome. Not really. These are the things that you should be doing on a regular basis. He sat on the top of the ladder. Then he said he's really high and a little bit sad. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, bro. We know Matt Riddle loves to smoke weed. Thank you. Thank you for telling us that and telling us something that the majority of the audience don't already know. He dedicated his performance to Randy Orton, his best friend. Said it'll make him proud wherever he is. Miz interrupted Riddle and asked why Orton hasn't punt kicked him in the head. Riddle said because they're best pals. Miz said he hopes Jinder Mahal ragdolls Drew McIntyre tonight. Or AJ Styles. One or the other. Who gives a shit? AJ Styles' music interrupted Miz. Styles and Omos walked out. Styles said Miz doesn't speak for everybody. Said he was robbed of the opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But you're tag team champion, bro. You got one priority over the other. You can't have both. Dump Omos and then get in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Ladder match. Can't have both. Styles talked about being wronged here and not being included. Riddle looked down at him and said, he looks so cute from down there. He looks like a little bunny rabbit. He asked Omos for a high five since they were nearly on the same level. Omos then shoved the ladder down that Riddle was sitting on. Riddle landed on his injured foot. He was selling the pain. Omos threw the ladder out of the ring. Styles kicked his ankle. Ricochet and Drew then stepped in to stop AJ from attacking Riddle. Morrison hit Ricochet from behind. Ricochet then reverse tossed Morrison over the top rope, and Drew helped Riddle up. Drew clotheslined Omos over the top rope. Ricochet springboard dropkick Morrison off the ring apron, and then we got Morrison and Ricochet to start Monday Night Raw. I don't know how any of this gets you excited for Money in the Bank. I really don't. Instead of these guys actually being serious. I mean, is it that far-fetched of an idea that these guys get in this match and maybe show that they're somewhat serious about winning the fucking briefcase? Because in that briefcase gives them the opportunity to get a championship match in the next 12 months. Instead, we're talking about fucking Matt Riddle being high. We're talking about Davy Crockett. We're talking about being wet. Itsy Bitsy Spider. Ricochet is rapping his own fucking name. How is this showing anybody that getting a championship match against Bobby Lashley or Roman Reigns, who are the most two serious champions that you've had in recent memory, how is this showing that this match is important and serious? Or am I the only one that thinks that way? Oh, but it's entertainment. No, it ain't. I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh about anything coming out of these guys' mouths. I want serious. This is a serious match. We got a comedy Money in the Bank ladder match last year from Titan Tower. Not again this year. Start getting serious. Give me a fucking break with the comedy, man. It's not funny. So Ricochet and John Morrison, this was easily the best thing on the show, as far as in-ring work rate is concerned. So they went 13 minutes after they went about the same time last week with that big bump over the barricade on the outside. So a few minutes into the match, Ricochet tried to leap off Miz's wheelchair. Morrison caught him and powerbombed him very nasty into the barricade. So Morrison hit a standing Spanish fly after a small commercial break, which looked great. Ricochet mainly sold this move because Ricochet's as athletic as they come. Morrison is as well, but this move wouldn't look as good as it did if it was somebody else. So Ricochet is always great in these types of situations. Ricochet spiked Morrison a little bit later with a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Miz then on the outside. Ricochet's in the corner. Takes the dripstick. He sprays Ricochet with the dripstick, which led Morrison to using a cradle or an inside cradle for a near fall. Morrison was standing on the apron. Ricochet did a running dive to bring both of them crashing on the mat outside, which looked nasty. Both of these guys, I don't know what was supposed to be done, if it was supposed to be reversed or it was supposed to be a spear or a tope of sorts. They both landed on top of each other and it looked fucking nasty. So Morrison, he wins by countout after he managed to get into the ring. Ricochet was on the outside after this nasty fall that they both took. Miz takes his wheelchair and he blocks Ricochet from getting in the ring, and he played it off as if it was him doing it accidentally. So John Morrison wins via countout because Ricochet couldn't make the 10 count. This was a shit finish. But what do you expect with WWE giving you yet another rematch where either guy, you want both of them to look strong going into Money in the Bank? Both of these guys could not afford a loss. So next week they're doing the match again for a third time in 3 weeks. And this time it's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match because this outcome led to that with The Miz blocking Ricochet, getting him intentionally counted out. Jinder Mahal. We've seen Jinder Mahal arriving in the Thunderdome on a custom motorcycle. Patrick interviewed him. Kevin Patrick interviewed Jinder about facing Drew McIntyre later, and I'm like, oh my God. They're going with it, folks. This is a glimpse into the future right here. Jinder said Drew was with him when he purchased this beautiful motorcycle to celebrate one of his WWE title victories when he was champion. Remember? When he almost killed SmackDown. I don't want to remember. He said he texted Drew recently to invite him to go riding for old times' sake. And it took him 3 days to respond, and he finally told him, sorry, too busy. And he put 2 as the letter 2, not T-O-O. 2. Letter 2. He complained that he didn't even write T-O-O, but instead he typed the number 2. Can you believe that? Jinder asked. Does he think he's better than me? He said he should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that's why he demanded a match against Drew McIntyre. Says he's always been better than him, and tonight he'll prove it. So let me get this straight. Jinder Mahal is complaining that Drew McIntyre is in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he is not. I'd love for somebody to bring me physical evidence of Drew McIntyre, or not Drew McIntyre. I would love somebody to bring me physical evidence of Jinder Mahal and how he got, quote-unquote, screwed out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. He didn't have a fucking match. He wasn't picked for any match. He wasn't picked to compete in Money in the Bank at all by WWE management. So why is he picking on Drew McIntyre when realistically Drew McIntyre had nothing to do with Jinder Mahal being out of the Money in the Bank ladder match? Why is he upset? He's upset because Drew screwed him over? Or is he upset because he's jealous that he's not in the match? There's two ways to tell this story. You can't blame something on Drew McIntyre that Drew McIntyre had nothing to do with. Now, but the usual geek online, the usual geek on social media, they're not going to dive deep into the analysis of this. They'll just say JD's complaining for the sake of complaining. But I watch the show differently than fucking some moron on Twitter watches the show. These are the things that I ponder. Why is Jinder Mahal upset when Drew McIntyre had nothing to do with Jinder Mahal not being in the Money in the Bank ladder match? Then he's complaining about a fucking text. Oh, he wrote the number 2 instead of the word 2. Is he disrespecting me? Give me a fucking break with this shit. So he's upset about a fucking text. That's why we're getting this match that nobody wants to see. Unreal. Shayna Baszler. Do you guys know that Shayna Baszler has not won a singles match in 150 days? This is a legit stat. A legit stat that I came across on social media tonight. It's unbelievable. Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Reginald were standing in the back. Jax made fun of Doudrop's name and laughed. I wonder why. Reginald, he looked behind Shayna in the distance. He seen Alexa Bliss standing in the darkness behind them. When Shayna turned around, Bliss was gone. Baszler accused him of screaming about shadows in a hallway. Come on, get yourself together, she said. Jax said Reginald has been through enough. And Bliss reappeared after they walked away in the back, in the dark. It's great. Nice going, Bruce. Are we directing a horror movie or are we scripting a pro wrestling show? Can't do both. This shit sucks. Alexa Bliss sucks without Bray Wyatt. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. This shit is awful. Awful. I got news on the women coming up in this match. Got a couple of stories that we'll go over. Backstage, Nikki ASH, because that's exactly what she resembles. This shit is fucking garbage. This shit is trash, man. I don't know how anybody finds a redeeming quality to this Nikki Cross gimmick. Superhero, influence, inspiration, she feels the power, whatever the case may be, man. This shit sucks. I can't imagine a grown human being watching this shit and enjoying what Nikki ASH, Nikki Ashtray, Nikki Ash Ketchum, whatever the fuck she is pretending to be. At this point, she ain't a fucking pro wrestler. She's a fucking comedy act. You know, you do really, all the geeks out there, this is one of the things. This is one of the things that I get shit on the last couple of weeks, man. Oh, but this is her idea, they say. Really? How many good ideas did she give Vince McMahon? Out of fucking 10 ideas, 9 of them could have been fucking tremendous for Nikki Cross. We'll never know. Out of 10 fucking ideas, 9 were probably fantastic ideas that would highlight how great of a pro wrestler Nikki Cross is. So which one do you think they went with? The one that's going to make her the biggest embarrassment of them all. So I doubt, and this is just the analytical part of me. This is what a lot of people in the community don't really grasp about me. I like to think. I got good people around me that always are thinking like I am, like Jesse and a lot of different people, right? Hodge. A lot of different people always thinking about the same shit that I'm thinking when I watch these shows, man. This is what probably happened. Vince probably took the worst idea of them all to simply embarrass her. So no matter if it was her idea or not, Vince had the final say. I doubt this was the only idea that she had. She probably threw fucking ideas left and right at him. And why? Why did she throw all of these ideas at Vince McMahon, with this one being included? She wanted so desperately to be on TV that this was one of the options that she probably threw at Vince McMahon, knowing that Vince McMahon likes this type of humor. Vince McMahon likes to embarrass people. So this one was ultimately chosen, and Nikki Cross had it in the back of her mind. I want to be on TV. I don't give a shit what I'm doing or what I'm looking like or how big of an embarrassment I am. I just want to be on TV. And Nikki ASH is born. Nikki ASH is born. Almost a superhero. I almost reached for the remote control again this week to change the channel. I'm creeping closer and closer to actually reaching for it, grabbing it, and changing the channel, and looking at Food Network to see what my boy, Guy Fieri, is doing. She talked about almost believing in herself and being more successful than ever. The word success has nothing to do with Monday Night Raw. She said if people believe in themselves, who knows what they can do? You know who don't believe in herself? Zelina Vega. Round the drinks on everybody, man. Come on. Naomi told Nikki not to get her hopes up because she's winning Money in the Bank. Asuka then sang and danced that she's going to win it. Cringe Asuka in full effect tonight. Nikki's theme song played. She got super excited. She put her hand in the air and she flew through the curtain in gorilla. Unreal. Then we got Alexa Bliss saying something along the lines that none of you are going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Shit is fucking so garbage, man. I don't know who enjoys this shit, man. Unreal. I got news on Nikki Ashtray over here. Got news on Nikki Ashtray. Interesting theory on why Nicole Ash is now her name and Nikki Cross is not. Brian Alvarez was asked on Wrestling Observer Live if Karrion Kross being moved up to Raw or SmackDown could have something to do with Nikki's name change. Alvarez said this, and I quote, well, this could be a part of it. One of the keys is that they're spelled differently. So I don't know how militant Vince is going to be about having two crosses on the main roster when one is spelled one way and another is spelled another way. My guess is that you're right, because Karrion Kross is doing the tryout matches as of late on Main Event, and then Nikki Cross, the same week, gets a new name, and now is Nikki ASH. So I would not be in the least bit surprised. I'm not going to report that, but I would not be surprised if that's why she got her new name, end quote. Now, I would not be surprised if that's the reason at all either, to be quite honest with you. Why can't we have two crosses, one with a C and one with a K, on the main roster? Well, a lot of people, it sounds the same, clearly. It's spelled differently, but it sounds the same. You don't want somebody like Karrion Kross. You don't want somebody like Karrion Kross being compared or labeled in the same way to Nikki Cross. I mean, she's a fucking joke. So why would you want Karrion Kross to be on the same brand with the same name being affiliated with somebody like Nikki Cross? So if that's the reason why they changed the name, to be quite honest with you, I don't even blame them. She was already an embarrassment with the fucking getup that she's wearing, so why not go all the way and just change her name? So we got an 8-woman tag. The less I say about this, the better off my blood pressure will be. Naomi, Nikki Ashtray, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. So I'm assuming, let me get this straight. I don't know if you guys are thinking like I am. Naomi's a babyface. Nikki ASH is a babyface, and Asuka is certainly a babyface. But Alexa Bliss is somehow a babyface as well? Is that what I'm reading here? Alexa Bliss is supposed to be portrayed as a babyface. She's teaming with the superhero. But months ago, she put down Nikki Cross for being not her friend. And now she's teaming up with Nikki Cross now because all of a sudden she's a fucking superhero. I don't look at Alexa Bliss as a babyface, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but this shit reeks of just illogical garbage. Eva Marie, Doudrop, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler. We got an 8-woman tag team match. Take a sip of my cold beverage before I give my my genius analysis of why this 8-man tag or 8-woman tag took place. Then give me a second. Give me a second, folks. Hold on. I need some ambiance here. Do I got him still queued up? Yes, I do. The reason why this match took place as an 8-woman tag team match is because, I would like to think so, WWE has realized that their women's division is complete garbage. So let's throw all the women in one match together, get them all in the same segment together so we don't have to feature these fucking blithering idiots on any other segment on this show for the rest of the night. We can get rid of it in one shot. Am I close? Maybe. Bruce, what do you say, man? Are we on the same fucking page, Bruce? This match was a fucking abomination like you couldn't believe, man. Eva Marie, she tagged herself in. And when I tell you guys, and a lot of people are probably going to fucking shit on me for this, oh, well, she's not there to wrestle, then why are you a WWE performer? You're not entertaining. You're not entertaining. Eva Marie got in the ring with Naomi, and I kid you not, man, she could not even do a collar and elbow tie-up. She could not even do a collar and elbow tie-up. She went to training for how many months? And she can't do a proper collar and elbow tie-up correctly. And she tags out to Doudrop, and then she gets in the ring. Eva Marie tags in again. She can't even fucking kick correctly. Alexa Bliss at one point in this match yells, screams at Eva Marie as they're in the ring together. Eva Marie gets scared and rolls out to the ring. Rolls out to the ring and sells her fear as if she took a legit bump on the outside, playing dead on the outside. This woman is a fucking backwards evolution of women's wrestling just in herself being on this show. How can anybody look at the state of women's wrestling on this fucking show, in this company, on the main roster, and then elect to put Eva Marie in the ring with somebody like Asuka or Shayna Baszler or Naomi? I don't really understand it. She was in the ring about, I would have to say about 30 seconds tonight. The match went about 12 minutes. She was in the match for 30 seconds, and she got 3 tags. Why is she even employed? Yeah, but we got rid of Peyton Royce. We got rid of Billie Kay. We got rid of Mickie James. We got rid of Ruby Riott. We got rid of Chelsea Green. So that we could give Eva fucking Marie a goddamn spot on Monday Night Raw. Yet nobody has a fucking problem with it. You all sit back and fucking shill your fucking dicks at WWE. Oh, Eva Marie's entertaining. Eva Marie's hot. I don't know about all that, man. She ain't doing anything good for the women's division, I'll tell you that. You want hot? There are websites on the internet for all that. I don't need to watch Monday Night Raw to look at Eva Marie being hot. Fucking ridiculous. So, Doudrop, Asuka was in there Doudrop broke up a pinfall to make a save for her team. And Baszler tried to lift Doudrop, or Asuka rather, on her shoulders. Doudrop rallied. Baszler caught her with a knee on Asuka. Nikki then gave Baszler a top rope crossbody. Eva Marie made the save. Nikki threw her out of the ring. Nikki rolled up Baszler, but Jax had tagged in. Nikki didn't realize it. Jax gave Nikki a Samoan drop for the 1-2-3. After the match was over, Eva Marie went out to the timekeeper's area, took the microphone, and declared Eva Marie is the winner of the match, completely neglecting the other 7 women that were in this match. I don't know where this is going, but it's not really sitting well with me. She's declaring herself the winner, and at the end of the day, she may end up winning the fucking championship when all is said and done. I doubt it, but clearly her announcing that she's winning these matches has got to lead to somewhere. Vince McMahon apparently is a big fan of Doudrop. He's a big fan of Doudrop, man. PW Insider's reporting that Vince McMahon originally was not sold on the idea of Eva Marie and Doudrop, but then he agreed to it. Mike Johnson said this, and I quote, "The story I was told to me was he wasn't sold on the idea, but he said, eventually, let's do it." Then after that first week where Piper stood up to her, he loved it. He loved her facial expressions. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing stories I've heard from multiple people. There's going to be a lot more storyline development with these characters in the weeks ahead. End quote. That's what Mike Johnson at PW Insider said. So clearly this is all leading to a Doudrop split from Eva Marie. What happens after that will be a telling tale, as we hear from Mike Johnson now that Vince McMahon's a big fan of it. But when Doudrop goes on her own, I want to see Vince McMahon continue to be a big fan of Piper Niven. As long as we see this going on, you know, and he likes her work and the facial expressions, we don't know if she's going to go back to the name Piper Niven. He may actually end up keeping her as Doudrop. He's a big fan of it for 2 weeks, and then he'll get bored of it. He'll split them up like he usually does all these other acts that he gets tired of, and then she'll go sit in fucking catering with the rest of the VIPs in catering. MVP and Lashley were hanging out with his women of the night backstage. Kevin Patrick asked how he managed to change Xavier's match against Lashley to a tag team match, including him instead. MVP yelled at him for barging in without an appointment. "How do you get in here?" he said. MVP said Xavier doesn't deserve to be in the ring against Lashley one-on-one. He said Lashley demolished him last week. MVP said standing in Lashley's corner is one of his highest honors. Lashley said he eviscerated Drew and Xavier in back-to-back Hell in a Cell matches. Great. You also eviscerated the Hell in a Cell gimmick, but I guess nobody gives a fuck about that one. He says he's sending the New Day on a permanent vacation tonight. I wish Bruce would go on a permanent vacation, man. The show would be a lot better. Says he's going to end Kofi's delusional Money in the Bank pipe dreams tonight. Most of the fucking community is exactly that, delusional. He threw the microphone at Kevin Patrick, and all the women made fun of him as he left. Mustafa Ali against Mansoor. We've seen a clip of Mansoor yelling at Ali for ruining his chances at Money in the Bank in that battle royale. "What's your problem?" he yelled. Ali said his problem is that he doesn't want Mansoor to end up like him, a loser. He didn't say that, but we all know what he meant. So we got Mustafa Ali versus Mansoor. Is it Mustafa? Mustafa. I think Mustafa sounds a little bit more powerful. So that's the way I say it. So we got Ali winning in 3 minutes here. I mean, I'd like to see what these guys can do given enough time. This seems to be an interesting storyline in theory, but how will WWE take it and who's going to benefit from this? I don't know. I mean, let's be real, folks. No matter where this storyline goes, what is going to happen to who comes out of this on top? Are they going to be pushed? Do you have any faith or hope in WWE taking these two guys who they don't give a fuck about, putting them in a storyline together when this is all over, if they even get that far? Who's going to come out on top and what's going to happen next? Is this going to benefit them moving on to the next chapter of their Monday Night Raw career? No, it's not. So what are we getting excited for? It's got some intrigue, possibly, but I don't think WWE is going to tell it right because they don't give a shit. So this one went 3 minutes. I'd like to see what these guys can do realistically if given enough time. So Mansoor kicked Ali into the ropes with a kick. And Ali's ankle got caught in the middle rope. So he got tangled up in the ropes. He was hanging upside down to the outside. And it almost looked like it was intentional. It almost looked too choreographed, if you ask me. So Mansoor, he goes over, he sees Ali hanging outside, just hanging out. He goes over to help the referee unhook Ali, does Mansoor. So Ali is released. He's in the middle of the ring, selling his ankle, being tied up in the ropes. Ali then surprised Mansoor with a roll-up, a victory roll. And that was it. 1, 2, 3. And Mansoor looks like a complete loser. Again, I ask, in theory, it sounds interesting and entertaining, but is this going to lead anywhere for Mansoor? I mean, he's feuding with Ali, and we all know what WWE thinks of Ali. A loser. Sarah Schreiber interviewed Drew McIntyre about what Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. Drew said he complained about text messages and has something to say about that, but at least he's willing to get in the ring with him tonight. He held up his sword, the sword that Vince McMahon gave him, the sword that apparently was an heirloom that Sheamus dug up from his family wreckage somewhere. He lifted up his sword and said, this sword has an amazing origin story. He said the Loch Ness Monster used to be a fisherman. But then a brave Scottish warrior stepped up and swam until he was face to face with this beast. He then said the warrior applied a rear naked choke and then claymored the Loch Ness Monster and used the monster's tooth, which then became the tip of the sword. Then they became friends, and the Loch Ness Monster predicted Drew would go over and win Money in the Bank. He fired himself up, and he made his way to the ring as his music played as he walked through Gorilla. So, he became friends with the Loch Ness Monster after he took a tooth from the Loch Ness Monster, from the beast's mouth, and made it into the tip of his sword. I don't know what they're smoking backstage in WWE Creative. I don't know who is doing what when they're penning these promos. But if you are guaranteeing or placing bets somewhere in Creative that McIntyre is going to get booed out of the fucking building when he gets into Money in the Bank, then you, if you are betting for that to happen, you may be a very rich man at the end of all this when we get into the pay-per-view. This is as bad as suffering succotash, man. I don't know where we're going with these history lessons. I don't know what they've done to this guy. But all I think about is 2016 Roman Reigns. I don't know how anybody listens to this guy and finds this fucking entertaining. Yeah, he's having fun. He's having fun. He doesn't sound like a fucking champion when he's talking about the fucking Loch Ness Monster. He doesn't sound like a champion to me when he's talking about fucking fictional wars. And Davy Crockett. Drew McIntyre is becoming a shell of his former self, man. It's almost as if they are intentionally sabotaging the rest of his babyface run. And I said this last week. Not only are there comparisons to when Roman Reigns was as cringe could be in 2016. Well, you got Drew McIntyre going into a Money in the Bank ladder match that has Big E as one of the participants, that has Kevin Owens as one of the participants, Ricochet as one of the participants. You don't think the WWE audience knows that Ricochet has been a non-factor for 3 years on this show? You don't think the people want him to win and be a black horse underdog in this thing? You don't think people are going to look at the New Day getting a WWE Championship match and then not correlate one with the other? You don't think they want Big E to win the Money in the Bank briefcase over Drew McIntyre, who's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity? This guy's going to get booed out of the building. Have it come down to Big E and Drew McIntyre, man. Watch who the crowd chooses, who they want to win. Promos like this are not helping his cause. Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. I don't know, man. I want to say this wasn't a bad match, but I mean, you got to do a lot more to get me invested in what's going on between these two guys. I don't know how anybody could possibly give a shit. I don't care how much of a historian Corey Graves is mentioning their time in 3MB. 3MB was trash. It was legitimately catering on our screens every time they came out. They were a non-factor in everything that they did. They were not funny. They were not entertaining. I don't know who is talking about, oh, well, they got history in 3MB. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody. The casual idiot watching this show is not going to remember what 3MB is. Nobody. So Mahal, he was in control. Drew McIntyre was showing off his power. They're about the same size. They're two big dudes. McIntyre was shoulder tackling Jinder Mahal down. So McIntyre set up for a 3MB pose before blocking a Colossus, hitting a future shock DDT. So this was towards the end of the match. There was a spot that gave Mahal somewhat control of the match. He slammed McIntyre onto the announce table, throat first, vertical suplex on the announce table. So then came the pose, blocking a Colossus, hitting a future shock DDT. McIntyre set up for a Claymore kick, but he was attacked by Veer and Shanky for a DQ. Mahal then laid McIntyre out with a Colossus. Mahal posed before heading up the stage. Mahal grabbed McIntyre's sword, and Mahal said McIntyre took his opportunity away, so he's taking his precious family heirloom. He stole McIntyre's sword. So again, I have to ask, ladies and gentlemen, I have to ask. Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon, they want us to believe that Jinder Mahal is upset at Drew McIntyre for stealing an opportunity away from a Money in the Bank ladder match placement. He says Drew McIntyre took his spot in Money in the Bank. But meanwhile, he had absolutely nothing to do with this ladder match or gaining entry into the ladder match at all. So you're blaming Drew McIntyre for basically nothing. Drew McIntyre's an innocent soul in this. So Mahal says he took my opportunity. I'm taking your sword. What is it with the thievery happening in WWE? We're stealing crowns. Shinsuke Nakamura stole Baron Corbin's crown on SmackDown. Now Jinder Mahal is stealing McIntyre's sword. Bruce Pritchard steals 3 hours of our fucking life that we can't ever get back every Monday night. What is it with Bruce Pritchard and thievery as of late? It's rather bizarre. It's rather bizarre. So WWE showed you one thing with this. Either A, Drew McIntyre is winning Money in the Bank, and he's going to cash in for a WWE Championship opportunity at SummerSlam, or he's not going to win Money in the Bank, and Mahal is going to fuck him out of a title match, and they're going to wrestle at SummerSlam. Either way, I don't like any of those options. Get used to it, folks. Mahal and Drew McIntyre is your summer feud. Whether it's for a championship or not, your summer feud on Monday Night Raw. And I could not possibly care any less than I do. The New Day were backstage with Kevin Patrick. He interviewed Kofi and Xavier Woods, asking how they're adjusting their game plan now that this is a tag team match and not a one-on-one match between Woods and Lashley. Kofi said that they were just named the greatest tag team of all time on WWE.com. So they didn't change their strategy. Here's another fucking hot take for you fucking imbeciles on social media. The New Day are not the greatest tag team in WWE history. I think you're a fucking idiot if you think that. It's not even an opinion at that point. It's just sheer stupidity. The reality of the situation is with the New Day, WWE naming them the greatest tag team of all time is a fucking joke. Now, before I go into why I think they named the New Day number one, let me backtrack a little bit. I love Xavier Woods. I think he's fucking fantastic. I love Big E. I think Kofi Kingston's great. In fact, I think Kofi Kingston is the least favorite, personally, for me, out of the New Day. If I was to rank them, it's Woods, Big E, and Kofi. I would love to see Xavier Woods, if they ever get up off their ass and do it King of the Ring, I would love to see Xavier Woods win the King of the Ring. I think that would be awesome. I really do. Give him a tournament, whether it's a G1 style tournament or a 16-man tournament with 8 from Raw and 8 from SmackDown competing, and then they meet in the finals. A tournament like that could really show what Xavier Woods is really made of. I think that would be awesome. Now, I love these guys, but not as the greatest tag team of all time. And I'm waiting for some fucking geek to tell me, oh, JD doesn't think that they're the number one tag team of all time because he's racist. Sure thing, clown. Sure thing, clown. That has nothing to do with my fucking analysis of the situation. I don't think that they're number one because if you really want to break it down, look at WWE's tag team division. Ever since that time when we seen them in the beginning stages of the New Day, look at the tag team division up until where we see it now. WWE has the worst tag team division in all of professional wrestling. So to name the New Day as number one tag team is a fucking joke when you have absolutely no tag team division to build around them. Where did their competition come from? Where was their huge reign? Do you remember any of the New Day's reigns at all? It's like Charlotte Flair. People say Charlotte Flair is the greatest female wrestler of all time. But nobody can name one reign that Charlotte Flair had that was memorable. It doesn't exist. WWE constantly feeds Charlotte and the New Day these reigns because in their eyes, they think the more reigns that you have, the better the team is, or the higher the team or the performer will rank. Because that's all these fucking imbeciles, these fucking geeks online. They're so simple-minded and fucking dumb that they'll correlate the amount of reigns to being the best ever. I would take a reign like CM Punk, 434 days. I'd take a reign like Adam Cole in NXT. If you had 1 or 2 reigns that lasted 400 days, maybe another reign as like 200 days, that is the type of reign that should be judged on a list like this, not how many times you win the title. Because the same amount of times you win the title, the same amount of times you're losing the title. So where exactly is them being the greatest tag team of all time come into play? Can you name one tag team that the New Day feuded with and was memorable? I can, and that's it. The Usos. We all know the feud that they had. That. If they had 6 or 7 other teams like those 2 teams in the time that they were feuding, then we could potentially talk about the New Day being the best team of all time. But they don't. They don't. That feud was great. Those 2 teams in the ring are fucking magic together. Maybe Harper, maybe Rowan were the other team that brought the New Day to the brink. They had some great matches. Other than that, it is very difficult to come up with another team that even pushed the New Day's buttons. I don't even think the New Day are the best tag team in WWE right now. So how are they the greatest tag team of all time? I would easily throw that to the Usos. I think the Usos are much better than the New Day as far as tag team is concerned. Are the New Day more influential? Yes. Are they more mainstream? Yes. But you can't take that into consideration while comparing all of that and the accolades of the New Day to everybody else in the past, when everybody in the past didn't have any of that. They didn't have as many opportunities as the New Day had to do what they're doing now. So it's very unfair to judge. So why did WWE pick the New Day as number one? WWE picked the New Day as number one because they want you to forget that they were ever labeled a pro wrestling company. They want you to forget about their past. They want you to know about the now. That's the fucking sad reality of the situation. But what I find funny is, no matter how many times they try to suppress their past, everything that we see now is fucking horrendous television. They got no women's division. It's shit. They got no tag team division. It's shit. But they want to highlight the now and forget about everything that made them great. That's what I find funny. I find it funny how they highlight the now in lists or on lists like this, but they don't push the now and build for the future on television. I don't really get it. It is so fucking weird to me how people look at these lists and chime in about all this, you're wrong, this and that, opinions going left and right, arguing about the New Day. The Hardy Boys are still talked about now more so than any other tag team ever. Why aren't they number one? Because Matt Hardy is in AEW. They'll never give an AEW superstar who's a part of probably the greatest tag team of all time recognition on their list at number one. What about the New Age Outlaws? I would take the New Age Outlaws over the New Day, but where is Billy Gunn? He's in AEW. What about the Dudleys? You sure about that? The New Day are better than the Dudley Boys? No fucking way, man. On no pro wrestling historian's list are the New Day going to be above the Dudley Boys. But Bubba Ray, no matter how much of a fucking shill he is, he isn't really contracted to anybody. He's over there lobbying for a fucking job with AEW. So he ain't going to be on the list. Christian and Edge, two of the most influential fucking guys, the most influential tag team next to the Dudleys and the Hardys, and what they did in the contributions to tag team wrestling. Where's Christian Cage? Oh, that's right. He's in AEW. They would never put those guys at the top of the list. The New Day are number one because WWE wants you to forget about everything that made them a professional wrestling company. They're now an entertainment company, and the New Day embodies entertainment. You don't like it? Tough shit. So Kofi said they were named the greatest tag team of all time. He mocked MVP, saying he's not medically cleared. Kofi bragged about roasting them. This week, somehow he's medically cleared, Kofi said. How? How is that happening? He said what must have really hit close to home with them. Xavier said he went to hell and back with Lashley, yet here he is. Here he is. He said once they are Money in the Bank, or at Money in the Bank in front of a live audience, they're going to see Kofi win and leave as champion. Kofi said he had a truth nugget for Kevin Patrick. He quoted Kevin Garnett yelling, "Anything is possible." He said he's putting in the work and the time, and he is ready. Kofi Kingston's not winning the WWE Championship, so you might as well get it out of your system now and start getting excited because you're in for a absolute disappointment at Money in the Bank. Mace and T-Bar versus the Lucha House Party. Lucha Lit. Lindsay Dorado and Kalisto. Or Gran Metalik. Kalisto's released. Sorry. Gran Metalik and Lindsay Dorado. Some people were asking me on social media tonight, yo, JD, where's T-Bar? I didn't know T-Bar was in the minds of people in the IWC, man. This make-believe fucking just fantasy world that T-Bar is living in, thinking that he and Mace are going to win the tag team championships on Monday Night Raw. I mean, what are you, fucking mental? WWE could not care any less about fucking T-Bar and Mace, man. Their presentation is absolutely of a grade A jobber team. Didn't we have two guys like you in Connor and Victor of the Ascension? That's what WWE was looking at. Dominik Dijakovic's career in WWE is over. It is over. He might not like to hear that. He may not want to hear it. You might not want to hear it, being that you might be a Dominik Dijakovic fan. The guy's dead. The guy's dead. How they think that they're using this guy to his top potential, his peak potential in this fucking tag team is beyond me. Beyond me. Lucha House Party win in 3 minutes, solidifying that Mace and T-Bar, Dio Madden and Dominik Dijakovic are fucking buried. Buried. These teams have not been on television for weeks. First time you show up in weeks and you lose to the Lucha fucking House Party? Goodbye. Back to catering you go, man. I'm sure Titus O'Neil would love to make Dio Madden a head chef. Just wear the hairnet, bro. That hair's too long. Matt Riddle. He was bending his toes because he got hurt last week. He was in the back bending his toes. He was rubbing his sore foot. Damian Priest walked up to Riddle and asked how he was doing. Riddle told the story of doing a flip off a roof into a pool. And next thing you knew, he woke up in a hospital bed. It's probably better than being on Monday Night Raw. Priest says he's not sure what this has to do with anything. I'm not sure why Damian Priest isn't on the fucking show in a match, in a meaningful program, but here we are. Riddle said the next summer he went back to his cousin's house and he did a backflip off the roof and he landed in the pool. He says he's not afraid of ladders or heights or AJ Styles. He said he'll show he belongs with an RK Bro. He said RK Bro is the 3 most dangerous letters in all of WWE. So Priest counted RK Bro. So Matt Riddle, WWE would like to have us know that Matt Riddle is a stoner. And he also can't add. We got Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles at the start of hour 3. But before we do that, guys, I want to check in on the chat. See what's going on. You guys enjoying the fucking show tonight, man? We got 2,000 live inside the venue, man. Are you guys enjoying the show tonight? If you are, hit that thumbs up, man. We got 634 likes right now. Let's try for 800 in the live stream chat today. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We're going to be hanging out at the end of the show. And make sure you guys are following me on social media at JDfromNY206. Also, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications if you guys want more from the venue right here on OTS. Got to shout out my sponsor for today's show, man. Honey. JoinHoney.com/offthescripts. I know you guys shop online, man. We all shop online. You know, you've seen that promo code staring at you at the end of checkout, and you're frantically looking for coupon codes on some unnamed, unmarked site. You don't have to worry about that anymore, man. You don't have to worry about that. That is a thing of the past. Honey is a free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one, and it finds the coupon code and applies it right to your cart, man. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. They range from sites that have tech, gaming products, to popular fashion brands, and even food delivery. Imagine you're shopping at one of your favorite sites online. When you go to checkout, the Honey button drops down, and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. You wait a few seconds, Honey searches for coupons that it finds for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you're gonna watch the prices drop as soon as you go to checkout. Now, normally, what I use Honey for, man, I shop online a lot. Whether it's stuff for the office, whether it's stuff for the backyard, and my little fur babies, man. I usually shop for my 2 kittens, Bacardi and Bailey. I gotta get them their favorite food. I gotta get them their favorite toys. So what I usually do is I shop online at my favorite store that they love, and I click Apply Coupons. Honey does all the work for me, man. I'm saving $5 to $10 every time I shop in bulk. for both Bacardi and Bailey. It's awesome. If you don't have Honey already, you could straight up be missing out on free savings, man. I'm telling you right now. It's free. It installs in seconds. And by getting it, you're doing not only yourself a favor, but you're helping out this very show tonight and supporting Off the Script. I never recommend anything that I don't use. I use it every single week, man. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/offthescript. That's joinhoney.com/offthescript. And make sure you guys go and save yourself some money by using Honey. Always a great sponsor of the show, man. I want to thank them for supporting Off the Script right here for the Monday Night Raw post show on July 6th. July 5th. It's now July 6th. We're heading towards 1 in the morning, man. Let's get through this Riddle and AJ Styles match. Match was awesome. I love the way that these two guys work, even though we've seen it several times already. So Styles obviously worked over Riddle's injured foot. Riddle sold it. This is going to be a thing going into Money in the Bank. He's not going to win it. It's going to be his downfall. Randy Orton's going to blame him for pretty much everything. Riddle did the karate kick pose, or the karate kid pose. He did the swan pose with his injured foot because it meant keeping weight off of that injured foot. So he did that karate kid pose. So Styles thought he was being ridiculous, and it actually worked because Riddle managed to hit a huge crane kick, and that popped everybody on commentary. It popped Jimmy Smith, it popped Corey Graves. They were all loving this shit. So Riddle, he did the move, but he was in too much pain. Styles really took control of the match again, almost also gave Riddle a cheap shot from behind the referee's back. Styles applied an ankle lock. Riddle rolled through. He countered a calf crusher into a knee strike before hitting a senton or a broton for a 2. Riddle blocked a phenomenal forearm before hitting a draping DDT. Styles dodged a floating bro, and Riddle landed awkwardly on his ankle. Styles followed with a rack bomb for a near fall, which looked great. The Viking Raiders suddenly appeared behind the barricade, and that distracted both Omos on the outside and Styles in the ring. Riddle put Styles in a schoolboy for the pinfall victory. Styles kicked out immediately right after the 3 count. That should be noted. Riddle posed with the Viking Raiders after the match, and Riddle said he loved Randy Orton and pointed to the sky as if Randy Orton is somehow deceased. So Matt Riddle must really be fucking stoned. Whatever the case may be, it was a very good match. Probably one of the highlights, one of the very little highlights on this show. But Matt Riddle going into Money in the Bank is the most intriguing storyline because what is Randy Orton thinking, and what is Randy Orton going to be doing to Matt Riddle when he shows up at Money in the Bank? If he doesn't show up at Money in the Bank, more than likely show up on Monday Night Raw with fans in attendance, we could be seeing a major swerve here in this storyline where everybody thinks Randy's going to be very appreciative, but in fact, he's going to turn on Matt Riddle, making him a bigger babyface in front of fans, which I hope is the case, and Randy Orton is going to be a fucking heel and turn into the Viper all over again, which is great. That's the way he should be. Charlotte Flair. She had a medical announcement. She had a medical announcement on this show. She was in the ring. She was standing in the middle of the ring with a crutch, and the crutch was helping her stand. Apparently, she injured her knee last week. She said the NBA playoffs were ruined by injuries. And now she could miss Money in the Bank due to an injury. Oh my God. Are the gods really looking down upon us and blessing us without Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank? I would certainly hope so. She said Rhea Ripley went after her knee on purpose because she knows Rhea cannot beat her. Ripley walked out on a crutch. So we got Charlotte in the ring on a crutch and Rhea Ripley on the stage walking out with a crutch. Ripley said she did to Charlotte what Charlotte would have done to her if she could. She called Charlotte a drama queen. So they're in the ring and they're kicking each other simultaneously. And this revealed that Charlotte was faking a knee injury all along and she was out there playing possum. She did not need the crutch at all. This was all a setup to attack Rhea Ripley. Ripley takes her crutch, picks it up. Charlotte takes her crutch, picks it up. They start swinging like a bunch of fucking blind bats in a dark room, missing each other with crutch shots. Charlotte bailed as Ripley held up the Raw Women's Championship in what was one of the worst fucking segments that I've seen all year on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley is an absolute abomination on the main roster. They have devalued and sank this woman so low. She is absolutely at the bottom of the barrel on Raw, and it's absolutely fucking sickening because this woman was praised coming out of NXT. They looked at Rhea as the future of women's wrestling. But all this move to Monday Night Raw has done is expose Rhea Ripley for clearly not being ready. She's a terrible actress. She's not even that good in the... I don't know what the fuck happened to her in-ring skill. I don't know if WWE dumped her down or if she was never that good to begin with. She's awful. I don't know one good match that Rhea Ripley had on Monday Night Raw. Meanwhile, she's in the ring with Raquel Gonzalez, and these two women, before Rhea gets called up, they're having a fucking barn burner on NXT. Why? Matches with Io, great. Matches with Shayna, great. Meanwhile, she's in this thing with supposedly the greatest female wrestler of all time, and she can't hold herself above water. And Charlotte, this is where all the fucking geeks and the fucking idiots online, this is where they don't really grasp what's going on. They fucking social justice out there. They virtue signal because you can't make fun of Charlotte Flair because you're fucking programmed to think that Charlotte Flair is the greatest of all time. If Charlotte was the greatest of all time, would Rhea Ripley be as low as she is right now? If Charlotte was so great at what she does, do you think Rhea Ripley would be as fucking terrible as she is right now? No, she's not. She's not even close. Charlotte is nowhere close to being the greatest women's wrestler on the planet. She's not even in the top fucking 5 in WWE alone. Sasha, Bayley, Io, Asuka, and I take fucking Toni Storm over fucking Charlotte. I take Candice LeRae over Charlotte. Give me a fucking break with this shit. I take Dakota Kai over Charlotte. I take Becky Lynch. Charlotte is majorly overrated. But everybody thinks that she's the greatest of all time. Every time you look at Charlotte, how many women has she made look better? How many women were better off for it when Charlotte was in the ring with them? I can't think of one. I can't think of one. The only match that stands out to me with Charlotte is the fucking last woman standing match at Evolution with Becky. That's it. Maybe a match with Sasha here and there. I thought their Hell in a Cell match was fucking terrible. One of those matches had to be good. I think there was a last woman standing match on Raw that was really good back in the day. But Charlotte isn't as good as everybody says she is. I mean, it's disgusting. Oh, she's the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Not even a fucking chance in hell should she be compared to Roman Reigns. When you look at Charlotte, man, and I hear people say she's the greatest of all time, I immediately think Bret Hart. Every single person that was in the ring with Bret the Hitman Hart, every fucking guy looked like he could be a fucking mid-level fucking bum. He looked like a main eventer at the end of the night. That is somebody who made everybody in the ring with him look like a superstar. You never went into a match with Bret Hart and you came out looking like Rhea Ripley does. Never. Charlotte sucks. This feud has exposed not only the women's division, but Rhea Ripley as well. And it exposed Charlotte as being a fucking fraud. WWE should be a fucking ashamed of themselves, man, with what they did to Rhea Ripley. This woman will never... And this is a woman that they beat last year at WrestleMania when they should have had her go over. Now look at where she is. This shit is so far gone, she will never recover. Never. I can't wait for this fucking feud to be over. This is the worst. This may be one of the worst feuds since the start of the women's revolution. And what's going to happen? Is Rhea Ripley going to come out on top and retain the title? Of course not. It's going right to Charlotte. And what's going to happen then? Becky's going to come back, and there you go. Right back to Becky. Who cares? Who cares? R-Truth. He teamed with Riker. Against Cedric Alexander and Elias. Before this match started, which I was moaning and groaning about because we had a blow-off match last week between Elias and Riker in a strap match, and somehow WWE already forgot that they had a blow-off match last week. Here we are again. Before the match, R-Truth asked the Thunderdome to make some noise and asked, "What's up?" Cringe. I cannot wait for live fucking fans to be back in attendance. Tozawa ran to the ring. R-Truth rolled him up for a 2 count. Drew Gulak, Angel Garza. Nice to see Angel Garza being used in a meaningful way. Humberto Carrillo and Shelton Benjamin, catering, ran out and chased Tozawa to the back. You know, Bruce, Vince, Johnny, people power. Laurinaitis, I gotta ask. This is 2 years now. This is 2 years now of this fucking god-awful fucking concept of the 24/7 title, man. God-awful. God-awful. I don't understand how anybody is sitting here looking at this shit and enjoying anything coming out of the 24/7 title, man. Yeah, this shit for 2 years, and not one new concept has come out of the goddamn fucking 24/7 title. Nothing creative, nothing funny, nothing. What are we still doing with this championship on Monday Night Raw? What? Get rid of it. Burn it. Give it to me. I'll make a viral video, man. I'll fucking burn it and I'll piss the fucking ashes out and then scatter them all over my fucking garden. Jesus fucking Christ, man. What a joke. Then you wonder why Monday Night Raw ratings are 1-6 at the end of the fucking week. How'd this match go, you ask? Riker and Truth win in 2 minutes. Cedric, he was pinned in 2 minutes by Riker. 2 minutes by Riker. Riker is somehow being pushed on Monday Night Raw. Don't know why. Don't know why. Cedric was feuding with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy lost to Veer. Yes, Jeff Hardy lost to Veer on main event. One of Jinder's thugs on main event. You think Jeff Hardy's getting no more words back? WWE is literally suppressing Jeff Hardy. No more words in WWE. Guy ain't going nowhere, man. Guy ain't going nowhere. Give me a fucking break. Riker and Truth win in 2 minutes. Corey Graves hyped Ricochet and Morrison next week in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Sheamus defends the United States Championship against Humberto Carrillo. Omos versus Eric. And Ivar versus Styles next week. I would have reversed those two. I would have done Ivar and Omos. And I would have done Eric and Styles. I don't know. That would have just been the way I did it. And Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders in 2 weeks. Tag team titles on the line in front of a live audience. Why is WWE hyping up several weeks of Monday Night Raw? Because they have either A, already filmed next week's show, or are about to tomorrow. So next week, Monday Night Raw will be the last Monday Night Raw from the Thunderdome, but it's being taped this week. That's why you guys are getting some matches announced ahead of time. Don't get used to it. WWE doesn't usually do well with announcing stuff ahead of time. New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley and MVP. This was the main event of the show. A complete waste of time. MVP was only added to this match because they needed an outcome that saw Bobby Lashley not losing. Can't pin Bobby Lashley. I don't even know why the fuck Bobby Lashley's wrestling on this show. He's the WWE champion. He wrestles more than he really should. I made a big stink about this. You don't see Roman Reigns wrestling on SmackDown every fucking week or every other week. Roman hardly wrestles, but when he does, it's important. How important is Bobby Lashley in the grand scheme of things compared to Roman Reigns? Not really all that important. Not if he's wrestling every other fucking week. So they did Xavier and Bobby Lashley. It was supposed to be that one-on-one. They changed it to a tag team match with the New Day, then add MVP to team with Lashley. MVP was only there to, guess what? Take the pin. That was it. Lashley landed a one-arm slam. That was broken up by Xavier. Lashley threw Xavier out of the ring. Then he tagged in MVP. Xavier clotheslined Lashley off the stairs at ringside. Kofi countered MVP's playmaker attempt with a Trouble in Paradise, and he pins MVP for the win. Graves said the plan for the pay-per-view now is an entirely different story in the Lashley and Kofi match because the New Day now have the upper hand over the quote-unquote Hurt Business. Very predictable finish. I don't really care about what's going on with these two guys, Kofi and Lashley, because Kofi Kingston's not winning the championship. If WWE is smart, like I said last week, they'd give Big E the Money in the Bank briefcase. They'd have Lashley dominate and destroy both Xavier and Kofi. Big E sees all this happening. He joins the fray on Monday night because if he wins the Money in the Bank, he can cash in on Monday Night Raw for a WWE title match. And Big E is the one to slay Bobby Lashley and win the WWE Championship and bring it back to the New Day. It's a very simple story. That's the way I would go about it. Not Drew McIntyre, not Kevin Owens, not Seth Rollins. Big E. Simple. Thank you guys for sticking with me here on the Monday Night Raw post show. I really appreciate you guys. We had 2,000 in the venue. And if you guys enjoyed the show, man, please hit that thumbs up down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. This weekend, we had 2 extras, Saturday and Sunday. SmackDown from Friday. We got a lot of good stuff coming up this week. We got an extra tomorrow. NXT on Tuesday Night Live. The Great American Bash. I will be reviewing it here live on OTS. Wednesday, Road Rager with Jesse, AEW Dynamite. Going to be a big show. Live fans in attendance, man. I can't wait. Outside of Daly's place. I can't wait. They're in Miami. And then obviously some streams as far as gaming stuff goes. I'll be live this week over there on my second channel. Link is down below in the description. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, man, at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. We're at 730 likes. Let's try for 800, man. That's the goal. 70 more to go. So if you guys have not hit that thumbs up, please do so. And go check out today's sponsor, man. joinhoney.com/offthescript. Go download that free web browser, man. Seriously, some good shit. Let's get into these super chats, man. We're going to start at the top with these super chats. If you want to get them on in, the chat is open. Lauren Hutton. We're starting off big here, man. We got 4 super chats from Lauren with a 5, a 2, a 5, and a 2. Do you think Randy Orton will return at Money in the Bank? Yes. If not, on Monday Night Raw. The following night. Is he legit hurt? I don't know. It may be some personal issue with Randy Orton, but I don't think he's hurt. What if WWE makes McIntyre win the briefcase? Then we have a good chance of getting Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Also, the women's matches make me fall asleep. You and everybody else. Evolution equals Trasholution. Predicted SummerSlam card. Roman, Cena, McIntyre, Jinder, Orton, Riddle, Sasha, Bianca, Becky, Rhea, Rollins, Edge, Mysterio's Uso, Lashley, Lesnar. Sounds good, but I don't think WWE is going to go with Lashley, Lesnar. I don't think they're going to go with Becky, Rhea. I don't know. It's a toss-up right now with what they have going on and what's planned. Do you see Priest and Riddle becoming a team? No. No more of these makeshift, let's pair these two guys together because they're good friends, but they're not really a tag teams. Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, great. Drew and Jinder at SummerSlam. Winner gets the sword. And knowing creative, think Riddle wins Money in the Bank and uses it for a tag team title match at SummerSlam. No. That would be a fucking colossal mistake. It's only a Universal or WWE Championship opportunity, man. That is it. Baby Maharaja with a $5 super chat. Jinder style and profile on his motorcycle. That's what Jinder do, JD. He rides motorcycles, ride in limos, wear Armani suits, flossing on you, JD, all day. Thank you, baby Maharaja. I'm sure you pitched a nice boner tonight seeing your boy, Jinder, on Raw. Lauren Hutton with a $4 super chat. Vince loves the Eva and Doudrop storyline. The RK Bro fanboy storyline will turn Riddle psycho. I think it's going to turn Riddle into a big baby face when fans are allowed back in attendance. Deshaun Turner with a $4.99 super chat. Drew's promo is now the suffering succotash beanstalk level now. This company can't book baby faces for nothing, man. What the fuck? I don't know, man. I feel bad for all these. There's legitimately no baby faces on Monday Night Raw. None. And that's because WWE just doesn't give a shit, man. They got Kofi challenging for the WWE Championship because they got nobody built up. Nobody. The Gary Sphere with a $5 super chat. USA got jealous that Fox had a stolen crown storyline, so they got a stolen sword storyline. This company deserves to keep being robbed blindly by Nick Khan. You know, Gary, I would not even be surprised if that's the case, man. Why you do a stolen storyline but not me? I know. It's probably exactly what it was. Philip Langley with a $14.99 super chat. I love your podcast, JD. Keep up the good work, man. Thank you, Philip. I hate Monday Night Raw with a passion. Can't wait till the 28th to actually go see some good wrestling, AEW style. Enjoy yourself, man. AEW is a great live show. Kurt Luttrell with the $4.99 super chat. My fiance turned on Raw and I turned on my earbuds and played YouTube. She gave up after the 8-woman tag match. I'll wait for AEW. Road Rager should be really, really exciting, Kurt. Great American Bash should be good tomorrow, man. I don't want to shit on NXT, man. They got a decent looking show tomorrow. It may tell a lot on what WWE is planning on doing with a lot of their talents moving up to the main roster. Reese with a $14.99 super chat. Finna hit the gym, but Mr. No Days Off. Enjoy the gym, brother. Mr. No Days Off. Back with another week inside the venue, man. Thank you so much. MK3 Kratos with a $5 super chat. Harvey Wimpleman, that's a name I haven't heard in a while, as women's champion was worse than Charlotte Rhea feud, and that happened in 2007. Well, to be fair, Kratos, I said the last 5 or 6 years. I didn't go back to 2007 now. D'Angelo Hayes with a $5 super chat. This Rhea Sharbat feud is absolute hot garbage. I have no clue on who's the face and who's the heel. Can't wait for live fans to crap all over this. Matt Eagle with a $4.99 super chat. A match between two former WWE champions. Yes, Jinder is a former champion, people. And I could not give a flying fuck. Please save us, JD. Matt, I wish I could, brother. I wish I could, man. I don't know what you want me to do. But apparently I'm fucking public enemy number 1 in the IWC. I say anything remotely truthful about this show, people go batshit crazy and deem me a fucking Satanist. Oh my God, he's evil. Oh my God, he's sexist. Oh my God, he's fucking wrong. He's a lunatic. He's yelling about pro wrestling. Continue to give me the prototypical, stereotypical bullshit fucking why I shouldn't be doing this. Stop watching comments. Please. It only makes you look like a bigger fucking idiot in the end. Jacob Donnelly with a $5 super chat. AEW on Wednesday should be awesome. First show back on the road in months. Genuinely excited. You and me both, man. I think it's going to be awesome. BK Hizzo with a $5 super chat. Talk to them. This show sucks. In 99, the Raw after Fully Loaded, when Stone Cold beat Taker for that title, that night was 10.72 million viewers. Bro, I don't even think, if Vince found a fucking magic lantern and a genie popped out and he wished for 10.72 million viewers, I don't even think the genie would grant him that. This show tonight is probably going to get my prediction, a 1.67 tomorrow night. We'll see how close I am. Maybe lower. Kenley Pierre with a $4.99 super chat. Love what you do, man. There's some things you say I don't agree with, but there are a lot more stuff that I agree with. Mr. No Days Off, have a good night. Kenley, thank you so much, man. You know, there's this stigma in the community. Oh, well, he blocks people who don't agree with him. No, I block people to prohibit them for posting fucking stupidity for all my followers to see on my timeline. Remember, there's a borderline difference between opinion and stupidity. Most of the time, what I get and what the IWC projects is stupidity. Nobody thinks. Enough of your positivity, enough of your fucking, oh my God, be hopeful. JD's a jerk. He's mean, he's sexist, he's nasty, he's an asshole, he's a virgin. I don't ask for everybody to agree with what I say, but what I say is what I believe in. If you don't like that, go watch somebody else, man. I'm gonna make my money regardless. Reese with a $4.99 super chat. The most straightforward YouTuber in the IWC. Never changed, JD. I'm not going anywhere, Reese. I'm not going anywhere, brother. I'm never changing. Michael Nayes with a $10 super chat. Your thoughts on Roman and Daniel Bryan being drafted to Raw, giving Daniel Bryan another chance at the Universal title, another banishment match, ratings grab, fan theory. You know, Michael, that is a very interesting scenario. That is a very interesting scenario, man. The only reason why I don't think that will happen, Fox will have a fucking stroke if Roman Reigns is not on the show. Fox knows that Roman Reigns is legitimately the best thing in the entire company. You take him off of their flagship show right now, which is SmackDown, that ain't going over well, man. But in theory, that makes complete sense. To be honest, I'd love to see it. I do think Daniel Bryan's going to end up on Monday Night Raw anyway. I do think he's going to end up back with the company. Furious Nation with a $5 super chat. What's up, JD? Awesome and fire rant, man. Thoughts on AJ Styles moving to SmackDown in the draft this year and feuding with Roman over the Universal title? Could be. Nobody's beating Roman, so good luck on that. But I could see that happening. WWE's going to have to fix their tag team division, though. Because after Riddle and Orton split, after Omos and AJ Styles split, Omos is dead. He ain't going anywhere. So you fire Braun Strowman, who had so much more potential than Omos. And now you're leaving Monday Night Raw with no tag teams. So. Henley Pierre with a $9.99 super chat. Also, I have an idea where Big E wins the Money in the Bank and in the same night cashes in on Kofi after he won the WWE title belt from Bobby in a brutal match. So that means Big E turns on the New Day. No. You're really out there with that prediction, Kenley. Biggie is not turning heel. He's not turning heel at all. Michael Nayes, $5 super chat. I know this isn't cameo, but can you please do your best Johnny Ace impersonation? We love it.
People power. Mickey James. Women's wrestling doesn't sell. We're firing you and bringing in Eva Marie. Because people power.
Thank you, Michael. Chillin' with McMillan. $5 super chat. Man, the Braves suck. I know. They show glimpses of turning the corner and then they just fucking shit the bed. It's awful. Sports are all scripted anyway, man, so I don't give a fuck. It's as scripted as WWE television. Tony Brown for $4.99 super chat. JD, how in the blue hell did CJ Perry, Lana, have $1 million contract? Wow, keep up the great work, young men. Tony, I don't have any fucking idea. That woman ain't worth fucking 75% of that contract. Beast with a $100 rupee super chat. I woke up, put on Raw. Corey Graves said the evolution continues. Closed that and slept again. Thank you, JD, for watching this shit show for us. Anytime, Beast. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. If you had to pick one, who would you rather be world champion? Baron Corbin, Goldberg, or Jinder Mahal? Gotta pick one. LOL. I'm gonna go with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's, I don't know what they're doing with this Baron Corbin storyline, but when Baron Corbin wants to be a good heel, he can be a good heel. I don't like him, but he can be a good heel. Harshvardhan Ingle with a 100 rupee donation. Who all will be worthy of a Get Off My TV t-shirt like you had back in the day from the current product, considering Eva Marie by default? I wish I had the old design, man. I put it right back on fucking Bonfire. I really do wish I had that old fucking design again, man. Beast with another 100 rupee donation. I really don't know who the target audience for this show is. Certainly not me. Can't believe this is the same company who are booking Roman Perfect. If they booked everything else the way they do Roman, everything would be so much better, man. Jimmy Fingers 19 with a $10.19 donation. It's nice to see Morrison still playing second fiddle to an injured geek Miz. I was hoping this would be an opportunity for Morrison to break out and be used like an elite talent we all know he can be. Bro, Morrison ain't going nowhere. Apparently he's having the most fun he's ever had. That's all these people care about, having fun, man. Their career accolades don't mean shit as long as they're having fun. And Morrison won't be pushed at an elite level anyway because he found success everywhere else, more so than WWE. Michael Nayes with a $5 super chat. Rate these best to worst. New Day, LOD, The Rockers, Hardy Boys, Dudleys, Hart Foundation, and the Usos. Thanks for all you do. Best to worst. Oh, man. Hardys, Dudleys. This is my honest opinion. Hardys, Dudleys, LOD, Hart Foundation, the New Day, Rockers. Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. Great OTS as always. Thank you, brother. Do you think they're grooming Matt Riddle to be the next top babyface on Raw, or am I giving WWE too much credit? Sapphire, I would like to think so, but at this point, we're giving them a little bit too much credit. They have just a little bit more to show us, and then maybe we'll get on board. I want to see what they do with Riddle and Orton first. If Riddle beats Orton, then yes. WWE tends to not do the right thing, but it's all about Riddle beating Orton. It's an absolute necessity at SummerSlam. Jimmy Fingers with a $5 super chat. If they wanted to find an actual reason to make Alexa Bliss a babyface, Bruce should have had her hypnotize Eva Marie to get the fuck off TV. That'll do it, Jimmy. That'll fucking do it. I know it'll make me pop for Alexa Bliss. I'll tell you that. Jace with a $2 super chat. Bianca is a way better champion than Rhea. Absolutely. Bianca also is not being booked very well either. But if I have to choose one or the other, it's fucking Bianca Belair. Magician Sapphire with another $10 super chat. They should have just kept Cedric and Shelton in the Hurt Business if they needed guys to eat pins. I mean, right now, they're either in catering, jobbing out, or doing 24/7 title bullshit. I know, it's unbelievable to me how they break up the Hurt Business, but opt to use MVP in this role instead of Shelton and Cedric. It's very bizarre to me. Hooligram, to be fair, the Rockers were a great tag team, but they don't really have any title reigns on record to show for it. The Big Tony Show. $5 super chat. What did you think of London and Kedrick? Love that team. Also, the New Day is a top 10 team. Didn't agree with WWE's list, but they are a great team. Don't get me wrong. Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I enjoyed their work, but a team like that would never get over in current WWE nowadays. Ever. Susan D'Ambrosio with a $2 super chat. JD, love the podcast tonight. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Susan. Hope all is well with you. I know you had a rough week last week. Hope all is well this week. Or at least getting better. My boy Indigo with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, much respect. The haters had nothing better to do on the 4th. LOL. They never do, Indigo. I'll always defend you, JD, and the brand. Zelina Vega is a hypocrite. Eva Marie sucks, and Sasha is greater than Charlotte. Another awesome live stream. Thank you so much, brother. JD23 with a $4.99 super chat. I can see Damian Priest and Riddle being two guys who can challenge Lashley for the title in the future if WWE books them correctly. Damian Priest should be challenging Sheamus at SummerSlam for the United States title. No need to rush him so quickly. Fallen Exposure. What's your favorite OSW episode? None of them. And Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Which was your favorite CM Punk theme song? This Fire Burns by Killswitch Engage or Cult of Personality by In Living Color? Love all that you do here. I'm going to have to go with Cult of Personality, man. Even though This Fire Burns is a great fucking song, too. It's like the tale of two worlds, man. That song, the Killswitch Engage song, was more for the young Punk. The Cult of Personality was made and tailor-made for the mature Punk. But the best thing about Punk is that he's always been a rebel, so both songs fit him incredibly well. I'd love to hear that song again. I know Tony Khan would buy the fucking rights to that song if he had CM Punk in his pocket like I think he does, man. Can you imagine that song fucking hitting the PA system, man? Holy shit. I don't think... It may be one of the most deafening fucking reactions in pro wrestling history. That would be so great. Anyway, guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. We are just about done here. If you guys enjoyed the video, man, we need 14 more likes to get to 800. So if you guys have not hit that thumbs up, man, 800 is the goal, and you guys would have had a great live stream. here inside the venue. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat coming in late. Which women are booked decently in your opinion, or should be booked great? None of the women are booked decently. None of them. You got to go down to NXT to get at least maybe one booked decently, and that's Raquel Gonzalez. But I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the love today. Thank you for showing up. Always supporting on what was another terrible Monday Night Raw. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Check out today's sponsor, joinhoney.com/offthescript. I will be live tomorrow night. for NXT Great American Bash. We'll be right here inside the venue. There should be an extra tomorrow afternoon. And a possible live stream on the second channel, my gaming channel, man. We played Black Ops 4 today, man. I had a great time. Big Tony Show with a $10 super chat. Quick question. Would you ever do a series on SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode? There are some great mods on the game. Would love to see you book some old school Raw or SmackDown. Have a good night, bro. Probably not, man. I don't have access to that type of stuff. I am next gen moving forward. The next thing that I do is get a massive PC build and start gaming on the PC, man. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. And like I said, tomorrow, might have a live stream on the second channel, extra, and then NXT tomorrow night, man. Edgar Estrada! Here's your gift for another fun review. Keep it real, brother. Thank you so much for the 50 bomb! Edgar Estrada! I need two things from you guys right now, man. Number one, give me those guitar emojis in the chat. Number two, it's going to be a hot one, man. 97 degrees tomorrow in New York City. Windows are down. I got my cold beverage. I'm in the highway. That music you're listening to now, on Max. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for NXT Great American Bash. See you guys later.